In the last video, I showed you how I made my website in 5 minutes using Lovable AI with what we call by coding in just one prompt. And it was a success. It got a lot of views, so I decided I will make a complete series documenting the whole process of building the complete website. This series will cover these sections. In this video, for example, we're going to talk about how to edit the homepage, because there are many ways to edit. You can use the prompt, which is the classical for no programmers, but also Lovable has a special feature called edit that you can visually click on parts of the website and change the text directly. And finally, I will also show you how to use code to directly make the changes. In the other video, I will show you SEO. Actually, SEO is not so straightforward to achieve with no coding. You have to deal with code and sometimes even work with GitHub, but don't worry, I will guide you how to do it step by step. In the other video, I will show you how to add pages. I need to add pages for every service, for automation, voice agents, MVP development, and the contact page and the about. Another video, I will talk to you about databases, how to connect my website to the database so we can do some backend programming. Also show you authentication in another video, how to add login and how to add a basic admin section to it. We also, in another video, show you about adding news. Right now, the homepage has dummy data. After we connect this website to the database, we can ask Lovable to build the whole news system. I think it can be done. We will try. And finally, in a final video, if it's not so complex, I will try to show you how to add custom systems. So with all this series, my goal is to show, or better say, to test the limits of the no-code programming with AI. Without further ado, let's move to this video. This is the actual homepage, and we're going to start doing very basic changes. It added a case study section here, which I'm not ready. I don't have information. I have information, but it will take me time to write it. So for now, I will hide it so we don't look like a work in progress. And another thing is, I didn't give it the order of the section, so it put the call to action at the end. But I think it would be better to leave the news like the last ones and move this call to action before the news. And for that, we had to access the code. But don't be scared, it's not that difficult, okay? So let's start with hiding sections. We're going to Lovable here. We need to go to the code. In this case, we're going to use the dev mode, development mode. That's the way you can access the code. So where do you find the home page? It's in the source folder, pages, and it's the index file. And then, so here is the section. And basically, I don't want the case study. I will hide it. If you don't know how to hide it, don't worry. Just use ChatGPT. You can copy the whole thing. And you go to ChatGPT and tell, please put the case study in comments using React code. That's important because although it looks like a HTML, but it's not, it's React, which is the front-end development code for the Lovable is using. This ChatGPT, I prefer short version. I don't need, he explained me, right? So I prefer this one. It doesn't matter. Okay, so here we have the code. And you can see that's the way you make a comment in React. Similar to HTML, but not very similar. It's a little different. We copy that. And we come back to the code. You're going to replace the whole thing. Be a little bit careful, okay? Don't delete extra things. So for example, here I start in const and it finish in a semicolon, all right? Okay, so now it's the same, starting const, semicolon. And you can see now this already in gray, indicating that it's a comment mode. It will not show. And we're going to do the other change at the same time, which is I will move the call to action above the block. So we call it Control X, delete the X space, enter here, Control V, paste it. and now the order is correct. All right, so we're done. So we click Save Changes here, and that will not cost you money. It doesn't count as a credit. So for example, we come here, we can see we have today 5 free credits to use. These 2 credits show is from yesterday. It's out my pay credits. Every day you have free day credits, and you can see we did the change. It didn't count. So that's a good thing using code. To see if it worked, click here the arrow to see the preview. Yeah, we see here. And remember, we hide the case studies. The case study was after about. So now we check the preview now. After the about, there is no more case study. And then remember, before, the call to action was at the end. So now you can see the call to action, we move it above the news. So now news is the last one. Also, because the design you can see here is a little not good, you notice the ending of this. It was made to combine with this. I will fix that in another option, okay? Maybe another video about just how to fix small design issues, but that's not very important. It's not worth to spend a lot of credits or waste your time. So let's move on. The next set of changes is only about changing text. So what we're going to do is change the hero text to this and also update the FAQ. So first thing, copy here this text I want. For this case, we're not going to use prompt. We're going to use a feature that so far only Lovable has. If you have found this feature in another no-code system, please let me know in the comments. So what you can do is you can click edit, and then when you click edit, you can pass the mouse over, you can see, and it will highlight section you can edit. So in this case, I want to change this introduction, and then you can either change directly here or change this text box. If you are not a programmer, I suggest you just use the interface in the form. In this case, I will select it all, and then I will paste it, the new information, remove the extra spacing, and there you have it. So my new text. We click save, and the change is done. All right, now let's see. Wonderful, it didn't count as a change. It means that you technically can do many changes to the text in edit mode, and it will not charge you money. Every day you have 5 free credits. So with this, we can make more changes while keeping the free plan. The next thing, let's see if we can also change the FAQ. Perhaps it's not possible doing edit mode. Why? Because it's a component. It has interaction. When you click here, you can see it moves. So usually, as a programmer, I feel that will not be possible to edit directly here, but we try. So we do the same thing. We click edit, and what happened? Oh no! Change the text by prompting in the chat. Huh. No, it's not possible, guys. So he tell me that in order to do that, you have to do it by prompt. So let's change the first one by prompt. So I would ask him, update the answer for the first question in the FAQ to this. So it's rewriting the FAQ. So it says the change is done and it's updated. So now let's confirm. Exit edit mode. Oh, actually, it's smart. I make a mistake. The change, it was not for the first question. It was for the third question about AI voice agents. So it was smart enough to detect that. And it says, I have updated FAQ for the how do AI voice agents work. So it made the right change, although I totally the wrong thing. That's wonderful. So now we click here. Now you can see this text has been perfectly updated here. It's a longer answer, and this was the original one. You can notice it's shorter. However, one thing he did, which is no big deal. It reorder the questions. AI voice agent was the question number 3, and now it swap it. It move it to second, and the MVP move it to the third. You can see MVP now is 3, and AI voice agent number 2. It's not a big deal, but that's the thing. Sometimes the no code by coding does for you, and sometimes it can present a problem. So you all need to see what changes the software is doing. Now, let's change the other one. This the question for data safe. So copy here. And in this case, we're going to use the code. We go to components, we find FAQ, and here had the code. And we're going to talk about data safe. So I'll replace this, okay, here. So I will delete, so you can see it's empty. And then I'm going to paste my new text, which is long. Just click Save Changes. Basically, I'm not talking about CPA or legal things, but I explained further that the data is safe in Amazon Cloud. We check now if the change is done. So you can see here is done. No more CPA, and I mentioned Amazon Cloud. So we're going to publish to see it live in under my domain name. Okay, the change is done. So now you can either click here to go to your domain name, or you already open like me. I will just refresh. And so far, we check the change we have done. The first change is we hide after the About section, we hide the case studies. So it's gone. Then we move the call to action before the news and make the background looks okay. And we put the news or the blogs as the last one, blending with the footer. I will show you later how finally fix the problem at the end of the video, so stay tuned. And then the FAQ, we changed the AI voice. So remember, it was longer. And also we changed the data safety, that to mention Amazon Cloud and no CPA legal thing. So far, we have done the less complicated things. So now we go to the more complicated things. For example, I don't like that too many icons, different colors. It looks like a cheap thing. It's not like a branding. So I would tell it, I need to be specifically tell him which icon I need to change, the ones about headers and the labels, and give an example. I would tell it to use the same style for the same library as possible, and tell him I want this so the branding can look stronger. I ask him to use gray tone colors, all right? And for the contact icons, I like the color, but you see it's not matching. The email has a dice and the website has I don't know what. So I will tell it to use an envelope icon for the email and use something better for the website. So that's the instruction I will tell it. But before we continue, guys, what do you think? If it is being useful to you, you can click the like button. It will help a lot for this video to be shared to others. And if you want to learn more about by coding with Lovable, you can also subscribe. Let's go ahead. Well, I will copy this from here that I prepared ahead of time, so I don't want to waste your time. And just copy here and click do it. Sometimes you get these errors. I just press dismiss. That's another good thing Lovable has, that it will auto-correct errors, so you don't need to worry. It will always make the website okay. If something it breaks for any reason, it cannot continue. So he has to fix it before it continue the work. It uses the React and TypeScript code. The TypeScript code is the backend code that it check errors before. So the website will not run if there's an error. So it will detect the errors before it happened. It didn't do it. And so that's also things no code has. Sometimes it behaves weird. Let's do it again. Click hit. Now seems it's working. Yeah, now it's doing it. Change the hero. Change this part here. This icon. This actually is a lot of work because it needs to think the context and need to think which icon to use. And probably he's finding a library that has all the icons. So all the icons will look a similar style. And then we apply the color to gray. I will let the normal speed this time so you can figure out how much time it takes in no code. As I said before, AI somehow is great at complex things, make it faster, but for less complicated things, it gets slower. So at that point, humans will still get an advantage. The way we think and abstract is much faster than computers, at least for now. Let's wait AGI to come out. Okay, now it's going to the next sections, the service section, changing icon by icon. All right, it already took a long time, so I will use the magical edit to fast forward to the future. Okay, after 3 more minutes, so if I finish, it changed 6 files totally, and you can see error. So just click here and ask to fix it. That's the wonderful, I love the wonderful feature it has that I never need to worry about errors. We always find the error and fix it. So it's thinking, working. Let's see the error is the icon name. He forgot to rename to change one icon. So that's the error it has. So it says office error with the development section MVP. The issue is that the rocket launch icon doesn't exist. Just as I said. It seems because yeah, he used a new library called Lucid React, and that library doesn't have the icon. So he just will find the new icon and replace the name, and it's going to be okay. So the icon's replaced. So now let's see what it did. First thing you can see, I told it to remove the label on the bottom. So it remove it. And then I told it to change the icons to the same style and all in gray colors. Let's find out what did he do. Perfectly nice. See, it's more stylish and it's in gray. Now let's see the others. Oh, I love it. Automation, more simple icon, gray color. Wonderful. Oh my guys, I just love Lovable. Now you can see voice agents, the phone number, but now in gray color. MVP development also, you put a rocket icon there, meaning development, and it's in gray. And it seems like the icons here didn't work, but we're going to fix this part in a separate prompt. Otherwise, the AI will confuse. That's another tip. If you do changes, try to make changes that are common, has something in common. Otherwise, the AI will mix things up and make a mess. I'm sure it changed the library, but it forgot to change the name of the icon. That's why the icon is not showing. Okay, so here I will show you one more thing to make sure the AI does what you want. You can highlight the section, okay, and point to make sure to avoid problems. So I screenshot that and tell it the email is missing the icon. I won't tell you what to fix. I just tell you the problem and show where the problem is. And let's see how smart it is. And it detected it. Basically, what the AI is doing, I told you, is nothing out of magic. It will use like ChatGPT vision feature to read the image, extract the text, and try to figure out what I'm talking about. It did a change, but there's an error here. Remember, click here, fix, and fix it. It says the error has no error. Wonderful. Okay. Anyway, let's see. The change doesn't show here, but it said that it did it. Okay. It's right in the folder here. Let's wait it finish. Sometimes AI will do that thing. So you have to cope with that. That's the price to pay for a faster development without too much knowledge. Now it's saving it. After finish, we should be able to see the icon here. I don't see here. Probably it's interface. So let's click here the preview. We can click here or we can click here, okay? Let's click this one here. Okay, you see, sometimes this called the playground, it will not show it because it's matter of refreshing the interface. So if sometimes you don't see changes, just click the preview to actually see the change. Now let's do more complex layout changes using prompt. Basically, the above section looks so complicated for me, too much text. What I want to do, I want to remove these values and simplify. I want to move this title using the whole page center in the middle and putting these selling points together in one line in 4 columns and moving these 2 buttons below. So the session, the whole session about session will be simpler. People will not read too much text. So I prepare this prompt explaining basically everything what I just told you. We're going to paste it to Lovable and ask it to do it. Okay, so basically it's changing this section here. Just wait. Okay, says it's finished. Preview. Let's see if he did what I asked it to do. Okay, preview is not built yet. Waiting. So the change was good, but it removed the icons. The icons were beautiful. So we're going to fix that. We're going to set, it looks great. Actually, you don't need to be polite. It's a machine. But I saw one, one article saying that actually, it seems like being polite to the AI leads to better responses. So in the case of the doubt, I better do it because anyway, I am a polite person and I feel grateful because it really helps me a lot. So it looks great. However, the icons are missed. Can you put them back? And I will send a screenshot to make clearer. That's another thing. If you want get results faster and accurate, be as more detailed as you can. Because every time you click send, it will consume some credits. For example, now we can see the free credits already used. My 5 daily credits free are done. Now I start using the paid ones. So 3. Every month I get 100 because I paid $25. Last year, yesterday I used two credits to make some changes in the hero banner. So now I'm using one more. You already understood that is in the about section. This is another thing. If the change you made just fresh, it can understand the context. So I don't need to tell the about section. I just said, okay, the icons are missed. It will know that I'm talking about the last part he was talking, it was working, which is about. So it said I have added circular icon backgrounds for reference image. Each icon is styled with a color background. Okay. So let's see if it did it. Yeah, it's back. Although they are different. But I understand because what happened is it changed now to use one icons library. So all of them will have the same style. And I think that's what happened before because it used a new library, but it didn't change the icons file name. So that's why we were not seeing the icons. The code was there, but the icons were not working. So now he did is replace the file names for each icon scenario show, and it looks wonderful. I love it. It's still using my brand colors, which is this. The main color is green, and the contrast colors are the complementary colors. Beautiful with transparency, and it's matching. Every icon matching the text. Wonderful. Now let's move to next thing, which is replacing photos. yesterday, I didn't record it, but I changed the hero banner already. So you can see there's a nice blur background and it has some effect when you pass the mouse and moves. That's what I did yesterday. That's why at the beginning you saw, I already have some credits used. It cost me 3 credits, was not much. Now we're going to replace this. It added this photo by itself, so I need to replace these 2, 3. So these 3 images for each section. The first thing, I prepare many prompts you can see. So to save time and don't waste your time. But first thing, let's see if it is smart to understand what I'm talking about. I want to replace the photos for every section. The hero, no need, I did yesterday. So I only tell it to replace images for service section. It must understand that it needs to go to the 3 sections, the AI agents, MVP, and automation. So now I will attach the images that I previously prepared for this case. As you can see, I prepare the file names to try to guide the AI. So he knows that it is AI automation, AI voice agent, MVP development. So I send that. I will not tell more. I will not tell the look at the file names. I will not tell which image is for what. Let's see if he's smart enough to know what image to use for what section based on the file name. Okay, the good thing is it understood. When I'm talking about service sections, he knows that he's talking about automation, voice agents, and MVP. And he knows that he need to replace the AI-related images that I uploaded. The test is going to be is to see if it plays the right image to the right section. Let's see. Taking quite a lot of time. I will use the edit magic to fast forward. Okay, it said it finished. Now we can click preview and let's see how smart is AI. All right. The first one is automation. Perfect. Yes, that's the image I created for automation. You can see it has a Facebook, OpenAI CRM. Actually, this is a representation of the make.com, the one I use for automating things, processes. Voice AI agents. Wonderful. Yes, it used the right one. It's a stylized representation of somebody using a mobile with a person talking to it. Yes. And the last one, MVP. Yeah, that's right. Wow, I'm amazed. AI understood what I wanted. So cool. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments. Now, the last thing we're going to do is to change the icons for the brands, these logos. Okay. So for that, I already prepared the prompt and I said replace the leading company's logos for these logos. I use these leading companies so we can match the session leading companies, okay? So let's copy this prompt, tell it to do it, and of course, we're going to attach the logo. These are actual customers, and do it. And that's going to be the last step. And after that, we're going to have a more professional, realistic website with a very high branding on it. Yeah, you understood? He says, I will replace the placeholder client logos with the actual logos images you have provided. Great. Okay, he says the work is done. Okay, now the time of the truth. How the logo session will look like, guys. Well, 2 things. He did one thing, I love it. Before it was text, it was not any images. So after I added the images, he makes something cool. He make them black and white, like transparent, which is nice. I love that. And when you pass the mouse over, it comes to the real color. Okay, I actually prepared the logos. I show you. Let me see, where is it? To expecting that it will just show them as it is. But I never expected that it will go one step ahead beyond and do this. I love it. The only thing I just said is that they are too small. Okay, finally. Do you think it's bigger? I think they're bigger. Fine. I will leave it there. The size is already looking good for me. That's okay. Finished. So this section is done. Now I want to tell you, I show one thing that AI something don't do. Remember at the beginning, we hide this section. So guess what? He put it back. Possibly it's because we made it manually by code. So he doesn't have it in his logs. So I'm now wondering what happened with my manual work here. But that's okay. Because this one we did it through the interface just by clicking edit. So it seems like if you do something by code, sometimes it will be undone. So it says hide the stories. Don't remove it since I will use later. Just put it in comments. Okay. And I want to save a credit. So I will do two things in once. I want to remove the services. Yeah, I also want to remove careers. We are not a big company to hire people. Also, remove careers from the footer. All right, that's it. Done. Three changes are done. Perfect. No more services here, only three services. Okay, this is the about session. Before the about session, remember was the case studies, so it's not anymore. It's hidden. And in the footer, there is no more carriers. We are not that big yet. Now, our job is done. So, what do you feel? You can see, using the right way, you can use byte coding to do basically everything. It's been a long video, but you can see how much we achieved. And totally, it took me maybe about 1 hour, including recording time. And total credits we spent, we spent the 5 free credits for today, plus 10 more of the paid system. So the paid plan. So totally it cost us 15 credits. If you are not paying, you can do it for free, but you have to split it in 3 days, each day using 5 credits. But all in all, it's been a great result today, very efficient. In 1 hour, we finished the homepage, so it's something that you cannot do it in another way. The next video of the series, I will show you SEO, how to do SEO, how to change the title, the meta description, the images, file names, and etc. If you want to make sure not to miss it, click the subscribe button. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and remember, dream high, work hard, and never give up.